Welcome to the Sandro channel. Make sure that you subscribe.
Hi folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans, and today I got to give a quick shout out to one of my subscribers, Tim Jones, who on my Discord suggested this topic, and I didn't even know this was happening, so real big shout out to Tim Jones. So it turns out that Scooby-Doo and Krypto we're apparently going to have some kind of crossover film together, kind of like what they did with Courage the Cowardly Dog, right? We had that movie where it was like Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog straight out of nowhere, or whatever the hell that film was called. I thought it was pretty good. They actually gave an origin story as to why all of the weird stuff happens to Courage. It turns out there was like a secret meteorite under the ground the whole time that was causing all these wacky occurrences. It was really cool. It felt like a finale to Courage the Cowardly Dog's original run as a cartoon. And it's a shame. I kind of wanted to see what they would have done here, because I think Krypto, the super dog, was a cartoon back in the day. I never watched it, though. I don't think I ever watched it, but who knows? If it succeeded with Courage the Cowardly Dog, maybe it could have been a good wrap-up film for any of the old Krypto fans of that TV show back in the day. So we're going to click the article here. Again, thanks to Tim Jones. We're going to click the article here. We're going to go to cbr.com and get a little bit more in-depth on the details here. So cbr.com, I always like to give a shout out here to whoever wrote the article, which was Noah Dominguez. I hope that's how you pronounce that, pal. But let's read. Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2 becomes first of Warner Bros. Scrap titles to leak. So Warner Bros. Canceled animated Scooby-Doo / DC crossover film Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2 surfaces on the... wait, it surfaced online, so it was completed. Oh, shit. Okay, so Scoob Holiday Haunt also, that movie was completed entirely, and then they completely they did a tax write-off. And we were actually learning about this, but you can actually, when you do a tax write-off, the government will give you money, right? The government will give you some money. But if you eventually pay that money back to the government, you can actually get your property, like if you wrote off a film, right? You can give that money back to the government and take the property back and, eventually release it when you're in a better financial state. So this is going to be wild here. They literally made an entire movie called Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2, and it literally just leaked online. Maybe I got to watch this. Maybe I'll just secretly watch it later and not tell anyone. So Warner Bros. Canceled animated Scooby-Doo DC crossover film Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2 surfaces online in its entirety. Oh my god. Is it on the Internet Archive or somewhere? I got to look into it. The animated Scooby-Doo DC crossover film Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2 is leaked online despite being canceled and written off. So this was written off. Maybe one of the disgruntled imagine working on this project for years, right? You spend years of your life, and then Warner Bros. Like, hey guys, tax write-off time, baby. I would be pissed off. I mean, I don't know if I would go to the extent of just leaking the whole thing, but I'd be very, very angry. And maybe somebody just got so pissed. They're like, I have the file. I'm tossing it online. Screw Warner Bros. And, this is definitely going to hurt Warner Bros. Because if they ever pay that money back, right? If they pay off the tax write-off, they can actually release this on DVD. But the fact that it's already online kind of screws them over. So, I bet the DVD would still sell, but I don't know if it would be worth all the money they got from the tax write-off. So Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2 recently surfaced in its entirety online. This development is significant as it marks the first time one of the project's WBD scrapped for tax purposes and placed under lock and key last year has surfaced online. Incidentally, Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2 was leaked on the very same day it came to light that WBD, which stands for Warner Bros. Discovery, had also pulled the plug on its upcoming HBO Max Cartoonito animated series, Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Pups. I think I covered that recently too, didn't I? Or did I? I think I did, right? I forgot. I'm pretty sure I covered it. Warner Bros. Discovery scrapped multiple Scooby-Doo movies. So starting late summer. Is Scooby-Doo even profitable in the film? They keep making all these films. Are they even profitable? I don't understand. The fact that they're scrapping so many Scooby-Doo projects, maybe it's a tell that like Scooby is not as strong as a franchise as it once was. And, maybe that's why they're so desperate to make shit like Velma work out, where it doesn't even have the word Scooby-Doo in the title. And we know how bad that, like, Velma utterly flopped the franchise going forward. Like, everyone's just going to remember back to Velma and be like, do I even want to support Warner Bros. Or Scooby-Doo anymore? Especially after that garbage show. And things don't look very hot for Scooby-Doo right now, you know? So let's go. So starting late last summer, Warner began canceling a number of planned projects, despite some of them being either finished or nearly finished. This was done as a cost-cutting measure, with the company taking a tax write-down on these projects, meaning they could never officially be released to the public. But again, we learned more about this. We did some research, and it turns out they can pay that money back and eventually release it fully. The problem is, will it be worth it to ever do that, though? So they're going to do that. And moreover, Warner Bros. Pulled a number of existing films and television shows from its HBO Max streaming service. Although many have since been licensed to other platforms, like here in Canada, we have Teletoon Plus, right? So I talked about the Teletoon channel in Canada. It's basically no more. It's gone. It's been rebranded as Cartoon Network, but they're still keeping the Teletoon streaming services, which is really weird. So it's called Teletoon Plus here in Canada, and they basically took the entire catalog of like all the stuff that Warner Bros. Removed, like Infinity Train and all these other different shows, like Close Enough, right? That show got like 3 seasons. They took all these canceled shows or all these like different like shows, and they put them on other streaming platforms instead of HBO Max, which was supposed to be Warner Bros. Big like flagship streaming service, which apparently might get renamed in the future, so it might no longer be HBO Max anymore. Which is kind of stupid, changing the name this far into the game. Like, people are it's just going to confuse people. They're going to be like, what happened to HBO Max? Like, I don't think they should change the name from HBO Max. They should just stick to it at this point, like glue. But anyways, yeah, so things have not been good for Warner across the board, right? Disney's not doing so. I actually read today that Netflix stock dropped like 50 was it 50 billion or something crazy? Like Netflix had a massive stock drop today. All these different like streaming services just they're not we're basically in a recession right now, and they are not holding together. They're just crumbling at the bit here. So things are not going well, but somehow all of these different projects ended up in Canada, where I am, on Teletoon Plus. It's kind of weird. So here we go. Perhaps the most notorious example of Warner's canceling a nearly finished project and resurrecting the company's decision not to release the DC Extended Universe's live-action film Batgirl, which I could give a shit about Batgirl. I'm kind of glad they canceled that hot dog shit. However, the content purge was also famous for seeming to disproportionately affect animated films and shows, because animated films and shows cost so much money, of course. And so obviously Scoob Holiday Haunt got the axe, right? What's more, a fair amount of animated Scooby-Doo content in its particular found itself on the chopping block. I don't understand how they cancel all these Scooby-Doo shows, and then Velma is the show that doesn't get canceled. That is shocking. The most garbage show that literally tainted their brand did not get canceled. Shocking. In addition to Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2, the animated feature film Scoob Holiday Haunt, the planned sequel to 2020 film Scoob, met the same fate as Batgirl. Obviously, we know all about this. It recently came out that Warner Bros. Had also scrapped another animated feature titled Scooby-Doo in the Haunted High Rise. I have not heard about this. Which would have marked the return of the fan favorite Hex Girls. Yeah, that was from the... was it from What's New Scooby-Doo, right? That was the one with the theme song. It's like, na 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 na, na 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 na. Yeah, that was probably my favorite Scooby-Doo theme song, by the way. Yeah, so the Hex Girls were going to get their own show somehow. That Scooby-Doo and the Haunted High... Is that a movie? Yes, it was a scrapped animated feature titled Scooby-Doo and the Haunted High Rise. Okay. So we're just getting like a shit ton of scrap projects, but Velma gets to live. And also Velma is getting a season 2. What is going on with Scooby-Doo? I don't even know. According to a company CFO, Gunnar Widefields, WB's content purge was officially over as of January 2. So they're no longer cutting. The choppening. I used to give it the nickname, the choppening, It is over. Okay, the choppening is over. Since then, however, a number of previously unpublicized cancellations that took place have come to light, such as that Scooby-Doo High Rise one and the fourth and final season of TNT's Snowpiercer. Okay, isn't that a movie, Snowpiercer? I don't know. I never watched that show or movie. The WBD owned network recently confirmed that would not be airing the already completed Snowpiercer season 4, with the show currently in search of a new home to finish out its run. Wow. So hopefully it sucks when you invest all that time into a show and then it gets axed. So I hope Snowpiercer fans eventually get that finale that they're looking for. And then we see Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2 carries on, or officially would have carried on, a long legacy of the Scooby-Doo franchise crossing over with the world of DC Comics. As its title implies, the Scooby-Doo film prominently features Superman's trusty canine sidekick, Krypto, and not to be confused with cryptocurrencies. Krypto was created by Otto Binder and Kurt Swan, first appearing in Adventure Comics 210 in 1955. Really, Krypto is that old. Wow. The superpowered pup starred in his own animation series, Krypto the Superdog, which aired on Cartoon Network from 2005 to 2006. That show was on when I was a kid, but I don't know if it aired in Canada. I just never watched it somehow. I just never saw it on. I saw it on maybe once or twice, but I never watched it myself. More recently, Krypto led the charge in the 2022 big screen animated feature, DC League of Super Pets. I wasn't a big fan of that movie. I give it maybe a 5 or a 6 out of 10. It was just okay. In addition to Krypto, Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2, and it just goes on and on about Krypto there. So that's the end of the video, folks. I think this is really interesting. I'm probably going to end up watching this just because it's so interesting. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Do you think they'll ever, pay the taxes back and release this on DVD? I'd like to hear your thoughts down below. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And why not watch an ad for your boy, Sandro? Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.